Good morning. It is Thursday, 23rd May, and welcome to THG News Today with Mervyn Hanley. I trust that you had a good night's rest and you're ready to take on the day. This is the day that the Lord hath made. We shall all rejoice and be glad in it. For some parts of the Caribbean across here in Texas, it's rainy this morning, and I know that you're getting some of those showers. And I'll actually be speaking to you about the weather forecast in some of the Caribbean islands. The news, of course, is sponsored by Carl & Sons on St. Martin and Ephesus on Nevis. This morning, speaking of St. Martin, we do not have any news today on St. Martin, even though there's always some development when it comes to the politics, especially as of recently. And we broke to you that July 18th will be a snap election. Hopefully, that's the plan. The politicians, they have already started to campaign, believe it or not. They're making their social media postings. Some of them are already speaking to potential campaign hires. So they're taking this seriously and they're ready to go. All I will say to the people of St. Martin is that this government, it lasted for 2 weeks, basically. However, you had a government which provided stability, a full term. And that was the first time in history that happened. And that was the coalition government between the National Alliance and the UP Party. And here we are again back at the polls. So that stability worked for the people of St. Martin. That stability worked for the country. So if you're looking for stability, there were two parties that provided stability in a coalition. And that was the United People's Party and the National Alliance Party. And right now, I believe the people of St. Martin, they want stability. Then if you want stability, then you vote for stability and you vote for who gave you stability with the last 4 years. Who gave you stability? And that should be the mantra for both political parties on the campaign trail. Yeah. Remember, if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel as yet, this is your moment to do so. Yeah. We begin this morning to speak about the Commonwealth of Dominica notes with concern the continued inclusion of the Republic of Cuba on the United States State Department State Sponsors of Terrorism list, which identifies governments that actively support violent non-state actors involved in terrorist activities. The Commonwealth of Dominica firmly holds that there is no evidence of state-sponsored terrorism acts been supported by the government of Cuba and considers this an arbitrary classification intended to justify the decades-long economic embargo imposed on Cuba by the United States of America. Consequently, Dominica calls for the reversal of this unmerited and unjust listing of Cuba as a state which sponsors terrorism. Dominica further restates its call for the normalizing of the relations with Cuba and the lifting of economic sanctions by the United States for the enhanced peace, stability, and economic growth of the Cuban nation, which has made tremendous contributions to the development and welfare of the Caribbean region, particularly in the areas of health, agriculture, and education. The Commonwealth of Dominica stands in solidarity with Cuba in its condemnation of terrorism in all its forms and manifestations, including acts that qualify as state-sponsored terrorism. So very firm statement there by the Skerritt-led administration in Dominica that they're standing with Cuba and they're asking the United States to remove this inclusion of Cuba from the State Department state-sponsored terrorism list. Yeah. Now, ladies and gentlemen, listeners and viewers, with the start of the hurricane season 10 days away, well, 9 days, I think, the National Hurricane Center has reported yesterday the formation of the first tropical wave for 2024 in the Central Atlantic Ocean. The hurricane season begins on June 1st, but the Hurricane Center said it is not uncommon for systems to form in May. And according to the latest Caribbean Online Weather, on average, roughly 60 tropical waves form each year between May and November, with about 12 developing into Atlantic tropical cyclone. And on Wednesday afternoon, the wave was 1,500 miles east of the Lesser Antilles. According to the Hurricane Center, no tropical cyclone developments are expected over the next 5 to 7 days. Although the wave is expected to produce heavy rain, flooding, and gusty winds in the Atlantic Ocean and across some of the Caribbean islands. It is expected to arrive in the Caribbean area between Sunday and Tuesday. The Hurricane Center is expected to release its official forecast for the 2024 Atlantic hurricane season on Thursday at 9 o'clock. Forecasters are expecting a very active season this year. And speaking of the weather, I know that due to the forecast of heavy rain and potential flooding, the Virgin Islands Department of Planning and Natural Resources, that's the USVI, is advising the public to refrain from using coastal waters throughout the territory until further notice. Parents are urged to instruct your children to avoid storm water impacted beaches and areas with manholes or storm water flooding. There is an elevated health risk from increased concentrations of bacteria in these areas of storm water runoff, such as puddles, guts, and drainage, which may also contain harmful contaminants or pollutants. The department said it will continue to monitor impacted areas and waters for safety. Now, that's from the Virgin Islands Department of Planning and Natural Resources. They would not have sent out this information if they weren't taking what is to come next week, and that's heavy rains, potential flooding. So, folks across the United States Virgin Islands, the British Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico, those in that area, you're asked to listen to your local Met office and be guided accordingly. Yeah. And we here at THG, of course, we will monitor the weather for you as well, as THG is known for that, especially around the hurricane season. It's going to be an active one. I am not even going to try to downplay that. And we have been saying to you and encouraging you and advising you and admonishing you to prepare yourselves, because it is going to be a very, very active hurricane season this year. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, I ask that you join me tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock for a similar presentation. Wow, tomorrow is Friday already, right? Yes, and on Monday, we'll not be here on Monday. Monday is a holiday. Maybe not for you, but Monday is Memorial Day. So we'll be enjoying Memorial Day on Monday from the Sunday, Memorial Weekend. Lots of activities taking place, Caribbean activities especially across the United States, including right here in Texas. Of course, we'll be in attendance. So we'll not be here on Monday. It's a US holiday. So I'm taking that holiday. We're taking that holiday on Monday. But we'll be back with you tomorrow, of course, God's willing, right here on THG Network. Have yourselves a wonderful day, everyone. And remember to take your umbrellas out today. Some of you Caribbean islands, you'll have lots of rain today. So walk with those umbrellas. I can't even say walk with a rain. What do you call them? Raincoat? I haven't seen one of those in a long time. Have a good day, everyone.
Sons have been serving the people of St. Martin for over 40 years, and the food and service get better and better. From early morning, customers flock to the bakery for their favorite sandwiches, cakes, pastries, you name it. First thing at mornings and last thing at afternoons, folks rush to Sons for simply the best. There are two locations, Coal Bay and on the Pondville. In Coal Bay, the opening hours are Monday to Friday from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. On Saturdays, 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. And on Sundays, 6:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. and 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Opening hours on the Pondville, Monday to Friday, 6:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Saturday and Sunday, 6:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. We also cater for weddings, parties, special events, whatever the occasion. It's Sons. Our staff, we are always happy to serve you. Call us today, the Coal Bay location, 721-544-2462. That's 721-544-2462. Or in Phillipsburg, 721-543-1059. That's 721-543-1059. It's Sons Bakery. We are here to serve you. Nevis, satisfy your sweet tooth at Feaser's, the cozy spot in Charlestown, known for its mouth-watering ice cream and dal parade. We are open Monday to Saturday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Come in and sample our patties, sandwiches, air-fried wings with fries, hot dogs, rotis, and now our famous smoothies, in all flavors of course. And don't forget to try the famous bus-up shot and saltfish. It's Feezes, located at the entrance to the Cotton Jewelry Mall in Charlestown, Nevis. They're also available by phone, so place your order by calling 1-869-665-2458. Don't ask about the rest, just try the best.